Welcome to StoryOrbitEN. Let me start with a question for you, Tom. Have you ever made a New Year's resolution that lasted exactly one day?
Oh, wow. Starting strong already. Yes, absolutely. One year I said I will wake up at 6 every morning, meditate, drink green juice, and learn a new language. By January 2nd, I was still in bed at 10 eating leftover pizza.
That is painfully relatable, and I think a lot of our listeners are nodding right now. Today, we are talking about New Year vocabulary, but also about those funny moments around New Year's Day that everyone experiences.
Exactly. And the idea is not to be perfect. It is about understanding how people actually use these words in real conversations.
Totally. So let me paint a scene. It is December 31st. You are standing outside. It is cold. People are wearing scarves. Someone hands you a glass of champagne, and you hear fireworks in the background,
Already sounds like a movie scene.
right? And that word fireworks is a great place to start. Fireworks are those colorful explosions in the sky that people use to celebrate special events, especially New Year.
And people often say things like, the fireworks were amazing this year, or I hate fireworks because they are too loud.
Yes, and fireworks are usually connected to celebration. The verb celebrate is another key word.
Celebrate means to do something special because something good or important happened. For example, we celebrate New Year's Day with our family, or they celebrate it with music and dancing.
I like that celebrate can be big or small. You can celebrate quietly at home or loudly with fireworks and confetti everywhere.
Confetti is another fun word. Those tiny pieces of paper that go everywhere and somehow stay in your house until March.
Oh my gosh, yes! Confetti is the gift that never leaves. You find it in your shoes, in your bag, in places that make no sense.
And in real conversation, people might say, the floor was covered in confetti, or they threw confetti when the countdown finished.
Ah, the countdown. That is such an iconic New Year word.
Totally. A countdown is when you count numbers backward, usually from 10 to 0, to mark an important moment.
Like 10, 9, 8. And everyone starts screaming.
Exactly. And you can use countdown outside of New Year too. For example, there is a countdown to the launch of the rocket, or we started a countdown to the concert.
That is a great point for learners. Words are not stuck in one situation, they travel.
Nice expression there. Words travel.
Thank you. And speaking of moments, when the countdown hits 0, people usually shout, Happy New Year!
The classic phrase. Simple, powerful, and used everywhere.
And pronunciation matters here. It is not robotic, it is emotional. People stretch it, laugh, shout, hug.
True. And sometimes people say Happy New Year to you, or wishing you a Happy New Year.
I always find that moment a little strange and beautiful at the same time.
Same. Everyone suddenly hugs people they barely talk to all night.
Exactly. Hug is another word learners hear a lot.
To hug means to put your arms around someone, to show affection.
People hug friends, family, sometimes even strangers at New Year.
And some people feel emotional.
Emotional means you feel strong emotions like happiness, nostalgia, or even sadness.
Nostalgia is a big one at New Year.
Nostalgia is when you miss the past or feel warm thinking about old memories.
For example, I feel nostalgic when I think about last year.
That explains why some people cry at midnight.
Exactly. It is not just a party, it is a moment of reflection.
Reflection is a word people hear a lot at New Year.
Yes, reflection means thinking deeply about your life, your choices, and your experiences.
People reflect on what went well and what did not.
For example, I reflected on my year and realized I worked too much.
Or she spent some time reflecting on her goals.
New Year creates a pause.
A pause is a short stop.
Life feels busy all year, and New Year forces people to pause and think. That is why midnight feels powerful, not just loud.
And then comes the toast.
Ah, yes, the toast. And no, we are not talking about bread.
Thank you for clarifying. A toast is when you lift your glass and say something nice before drinking. For example, let's make a toast to a great year ahead. Or he gave a short toast before everyone drank.
And very often, what is inside that glass is champagne. Champagne is a type of sparkling wine, and it is strongly connected to celebrations.
Even if people are not really champagne experts, they still say, "Let's open the champagne!"
Exactly. It symbolizes celebration.
And usually, everyone is waiting for one very specific moment: midnight.
Yes, midnight is the star of the show. Midnight is 12 o'clock at night, the exact moment when the old year ends and the new year begins.
And that is when people stop talking, start counting, and hold their glasses.
Exactly. And then comes another expression people love, to clink glasses.
Clink glasses sounds cute. What does it mean exactly?
To clink glasses means to lightly touch your glass against someone else's glass before you drink. People usually smile and look at each other when they do it.
And sometimes they miss and spill champagne everywhere. Do you actually like champagne though?
Honestly, not really. I drink it for the moment, not the taste.
Same. I always pretend to enjoy it more than I do.
That is another good expression. Pretend means to act like something is true when it is not.
Yes, like I pretended to like champagne, or he pretended he understood the joke.
Nice little vocabulary moment there.
See, it just happens naturally.
Exactly. That is the goal of StoryOrbitEN. Now let's talk about balloons. Balloons are those colorful rubber things you fill with air.
Very professional definition. Balloons are often used as decoration for New Year parties. People say, "The room was full of balloons," or "They popped balloons at midnight."
Popped is a nice verb too. It means when something suddenly breaks with a small explosion. Like balloons, or bubbles, or even expectations sometimes.
Wow, that got deep.
Sorry, New Year makes me reflective.
Which is perfect because reflection is a huge part of New Year's Day. New Year's Day is January 1st. It is the day after the celebration when everyone is tired.
Very, very tired. And sometimes very hungover.
Hangover is a word learners always hear. What does it really mean?
A hangover is how you feel after drinking too much alcohol. Usually you feel tired, thirsty, or have a headache.
That explains a lot of New Year's Day behavior.
Exactly. That is why people say, "I need a day to recover."
Recover means to feel better again after being tired or sick.
Yes. And another super common phrase is, "take it easy."
Take it easy means do not do too much. Relax.
For example, on New Year's Day, I just took it easy and stayed home.
New Year's Day is also about mood.
Yes, some people wake up happy, others feel a bit low.
Low is a nice, simple word. It means not very happy.
People say things like, "I feel a bit low today."
And that is normal. The party is over. Real life comes back.
Exactly. That is why people like having small traditions.
A tradition is something you do every year in the same way.
Like having a special breakfast or going for a walk on New Year's Day. Traditions make the day feel calmer and more meaningful.
Meaningful is a really important word.
Yes, meaningful means something has value or importance to you.
A New Year tradition can be simple, but meaningful.
Like calling someone you miss or writing a short message to yourself.
People say things like, "It was a meaningful way to start the year."
And those quiet moments often stay in your memory longer than the party.
People say things like, "On New Year's Day, I just stayed in bed," or "We had lunch with family on New Year's Day."
And that is usually when people start thinking about New Year's resolutions.
Ah, yes, the famous New Year's resolution. A New Year's resolution is a promise you made to yourself at the start of the year, usually to improve something. Like my New Year's resolution is to exercise more, or she made a resolution to save money.
And we often use the verb make with resolution. Make a resolution, not do, not take. Make.
Exactly, and many resolutions sound great on January 1st and disappear by February.
Or January 3rd.
There is also the expression, stick to a resolution. Stick to means continue doing something and not stop. For example, I tried to stick to my resolution, but it was hard.
That is a super useful phrasal verb and very common in real life.
Now, something very specific to certain places is the New Year's ball drop.
That is famous in New York.
Exactly. The New Year's ball drop is when a big ball slowly comes down at midnight to mark the new year.
And people say we watch the New Year's ball drop on TV. Even people who have never been to New York know about it. It has become a symbol of New Year celebrations.
And symbols are interesting because they are cultural. For listeners, think about your country. What is something special people do at New Year?
That is a great question. Maybe eating special food, wearing certain colors, or jumping at midnight.
Exactly. And you can practice English by explaining that tradition using these words. For example, in my country, we celebrate New Year with fireworks and family dinner.
Or we make a toast at midnight and say, Happy New Year.
Now, Tom, do you think New Year is overrated?
Controversial. I think it is a bit overrated, but I still enjoy it.
Same. I like the idea of a fresh start.
Fresh start is another nice expression. It means a new beginning. Like the new year feels like a fresh start, or she wanted a fresh start in a new city.
New Year also makes people look back and look forward at the same time.
True. To look back means to think about the past.
Like I look back on last year and think about what I learned.
And to look forward means to think about the future. For example, I am looking forward to the year ahead. The year ahead means the coming year, the months that are coming.
And that is when people start talking about goals. A goal is something you want to achieve.
Like my goal this year is to travel more, or her goal is to improve her English.
I also like when people keep goals realistic,
Realistic means possible, not extreme.
like saying, I want to move a little more, instead of, I will go to the gym every day.
Exactly. Small goals are easier to stick to.
And when you fail, it is okay. Fail means not succeed. People say, I failed, but I will try again.
That attitude is very New Year too. New Year is not about perfection. It is about trying again.
And one more word that often appears is celebrate as a verb and celebration as a noun. The celebration lasted all night. Or they had a big celebration.
Small difference, big usefulness.
Now, let's imagine the morning after New Year's Eve.
Headaches, empty bottles, and regret. Regret is a strong word. It means feeling bad about something you did.
Like, I regret staying up so late. Or, she regrets eating too much cake.
But hopefully also laughter and good memories.
Exactly. And people often say, it was worth it. Worth it means something was good enough to justify the effort or pain. The party was exhausting, but it was worth it.
Another very natural phrase.
Quick game before we finish. Fireworks or confetti?
Fireworks, but only if I am far away from them.
Big celebration or quiet celebration?
Quiet celebration. I am getting old.
Champagne or no champagne?
No champagne. Give me water and pizza.
Very honest answer. I want to ask listeners something now. Think about one word we mentioned so far. Can you make a sentence with it?
Maybe with countdown, toast, or resolution. You do not need to be perfect. Just try. That is key.
Before we finish, let's briefly revisit what we covered. We talked about fireworks, confetti, balloons, and champagne as common New Year objects.
We mentioned actions like celebrate, make a toast, and do a countdown.
We explained New Year's Day, Happy New Year, and the New Year's ball drop. And of course, the famous New Year's resolution.
Along the way, we also used useful expressions like fresh start, stick to, pretend, regret, and worth it.
So here is your challenge, dear listeners. Write a comment using at least one New Year word we talked about, or tell us about your New Year's resolution, even if you know you might break it.
We will not judge. Promise. Thanks for listening to StoryOrbitEN. Bye, and see you in the next orbit.
We hope this conversation made you smile and learn at the same time. Happy New Year, everyone!